wasn't hanging. I'm David Pumpkins, and I'm here to scare the heck out of you. Any questions?
Welcome to the Sippin Truth.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween! I'm David Pumpkins, man. His own thing. The skeletons are part of it.
I feel like maybe instead of this episode, instead of calling you Canaan, I should just refer to you by David S. Pumpkins throughout this episode.
He's a cool guy. Hey, whatever you want, man. We have to be serious. It's a serious day.
It's just a regular Sunday.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy
I know we said
Halloween.
that. We're on episode 4, people. Live or let die.
Boom, boom, boom. You want to insert a boom, boom, boom there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we see that Canaan got dressed up. He was really excited for this Halloween costume.
This tie is terrible. It's attached to this, like...
Oh, my God. I thought it was a clip-on at first, but it's...
Well, I originally was just going to, like... So I wasn't going to wear this black shirt. I was just going to wear no shirt under this. But then because this is like this, it would have looked really, like, strange.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing it does look strange. I felt weird just driving here. Like,
why? I'm sure people are like all in their Halloween costumes throughout this whole week leading up to Halloween. So this is the one time you can just live this up.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
True. But this material, it's like not even. It's like.
So is the black like shirt underneath like attached?
That's real.
No, is it all
separate.
attached? It's separate.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this like the top, the blazer is like the thinnest material ever. Like I could probably rip this if I just bent over too quickly.
Let's put it to the test.
Should I?
Okay, maybe towards the end of the episode.
Okay, that's fair.
But
we gotta give them something to look forward to at the end. Forward to.
You're not gonna like use that though for anything else?
Well, they didn't give me the wig, and
but there was a wig that was supposed to come in.
No. Well, I ordered the costume thinking in the picture they had a wig, but they didn't. So luckily, Veronica came in clutch 5 minutes before we recorded and was just like, use dry shampoo. Veronica does not sound like that.
I put some dry shampoo for that little white spot.
Yeah, there's a little white spot in my hair.
And I don't need to worry about taking a shower in that one spot. You don't have to shampoo it.
I'm going to forget about it. I'm going to wake up to go to work tomorrow.
No, you're not. Yeah. Or they're going to have to think that you got spooked so good that you got a little white strip coming in.
Oh, hey, man.
Oh, dear God. This episode's going to be just
You never know.
Even Nala's looking at me.
He drives a pumpkin mobile that's a strawberry. Think about that. Oh, we got Nala here as a guest, first guest of the evening.
You
Nala,
want to say something? Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Good insight.
Do you like Halloween? Oh, very much so. She loves it.
She was laying on that mic. Oh my God.
I know. The dogs were a little bit frightened of Canaan when he started speaking loudly as David Pumpkin. They're just like, "What's going on?"
I was shouting, but they're really good dancers. They really came in clutch when I needed backup skeleton dancers.
Exactly.
How did your costume not make it in time, or
yeah,
what's the deal?
It just didn't get here. Hopefully, it's here before Halloween.
Okay. Well, you got 4 days. Well, by today. When the podcast releases. That's right. We're releasing this on Halloween. I'm going to find a way. Moo. Nothing scarier than having to listen to a podcast on Halloween Day.
I know. Do you have any plans for Halloween?
Are
you trick-or-treating?
No, I'm not.
Are you giving out candy?
No, okay. I live in an apartment complex, so it's kind of hard, and I don't expect children to be. But my landlord placed a bowl of candy for us in a building to take, and then one of my neighbors also had a bowl of candy, so I got my own candy.
So then you should probably put out a bowl of candy.
I'd have to buy a bowl, and then I'd have to buy candy to put into that bowl, and tell me that candy I could put in my own mouth.
This guy. We have bowls. We recently went to McDonald's and got the Boo Bucket.
The what?
Like the little Boo Buckets they have at McDonald's.
Oh, Boo Bucket. I said Boom Bucket.
I'm
what the hell is a Boom Bucket?
And you can use that to put your candy in. You can use that to put your Hershey's and Snickers and Twizzlers.
Yes.
Or toothpaste or toothbrushes. Did you ever do Halloween trick-or-treating and somebody was giving out like toothpaste and toothbrushes?
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, yes. Okay. Sorry. Because I remember, like, but then I started thinking about going to the dentist, and of course, they give that out, but that's not Halloween. That's just the dentist.
Or he's like the doctor right when you leave. They're like, good job today. Here's your little sucker.
I mean, I've had some bad experiences with Halloween candy just in general. There have been times, even at Disneyland, last year or 2 years ago, they gave, it was last year, they were handing out, for the Oogie Boogie Bash, they would hand out candy, but then sometimes they would hand out carrots, like a bag of carrots.
Like baby carrots.
Like baby carrots, right. But I learned my lesson last year because the carrot juice leaked. And it seeps through the bag of my candy. And because candy wrappers are very thin, especially
so you had carrot juice covered candy.
Yeah.
Oh, that was delicious.
It smelled so bad.
He doesn't eat vegetables, remember?
No, I didn't. Like, if it was actually, but it was like aged carrot juice.
Ew.
You know what I mean? Like candy, you can leave in a bag for weeks and, like, it's fine. But because, like, it wasn't until I smelled something, I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? And then literally it had affected the wrapper ink of some of the candy. I was like, this carrot juice is, and so I tried with IPA wipes to, like, wipe. It was a terrible mess. So that's a scary story right there. Ooh.
We're all about scary stories today.
Yes.
As we can get, but that was.
Yes.
But thinking about candy, and I don't know, like, this was probably at any generation of time. You remember when, like, the big thing was, or at least that I can remember when I was younger, is they wanted, like, their parents to check the candy because, like, crazy people were putting stuff in the candy and little kids were dying, or just people were dying because they were eating this candy. That's crazy.
I mean, growing up in Pennsylvania, like, I didn't really experience that much as a kid. It wasn't but it was around that time when it had become a thing. Because I remember the age old, like, putting razor blades and candy and stuff.
That's horrifying.
What is going on, people? Who does that? And nowadays, I see more memes about it than it actually happening. It's like, oh, I accidentally, a Balrog was in my Snickers ball. Snickers bar. A Balrog from Lord of the Rings, like the big fiery creature, with the horns and Gandalf. You shall not pass that thing with the whip and the.
Oh, I'll have to go back.
And it. Of course.
Even though I've just seen, what is it, Rings of Power?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've known anybody personally that happened to, but I just remembered not wanting to eat candy for a while because I can't even imagine that's happening.
Well, like, the weird thing is, like, as a kid, like, I would just go without my parents, just walk, for miles to different people's houses and not have to worry about, like, getting abducted. I'm surprised they still do trick-or-treating nowadays. Like, it seems like
That's sad.
Like, I feel like, if anything, people should just leave their bowls outside, which some people do, but then kids take more than what's expected. So it's like, how do you have a system? Maybe you do, like, a feeder somehow.
There's a sensor that senses there's one child and it just, like, shoots out like a candy at them.
Dude, a candy cannon.
I mean, with all this AI, who knows? It literally will just, like, bloop, 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 shoots it out, and that's it.
No, but this is an even better idea. It's just, like, it can detect, like, the height and the BMI of the child and then shoot the appropriate amount of candy.
Kanan, you have been here before.
If you're an adult and you're, like, taller, it's like it gives you so much more candy. Like,
my gosh.
That's how you get the kids to dress up in a trench coat again. Have them stand on top of each other.
And they're standing on top of each other?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
We'll invent it.
Well, who knows? I mean, we won't be around for, the future of what's to come for Halloween, but I'm curious to see what it would be like.
I mean, I hope we're around for some futures.
Yeah,
Halloween.
but I'm thinking like 10, 20 years.
You think we're going to be dead in 10 to 20?
Maybe not. I mean, who knows? With everything going on in this world, who knows? We might not even be here next year, so.
Oh,
okay. Boom, boom,
boom,
boom.
boom, boom. The thumbnail of this podcast is just going to be a bunch of reactions. You know what? I want to do a promo for the podcast, but not have it be real. But we're going to talk about it on the podcast, so people have to. So I'm just going to storm off like I'm angry. No, I can't do this anymore. I'm done with this podcast. So then people are like, "Oh shit, what's going on?" But then they hear it and they're like, "Oh, I got bamboozled." Brenny! Shout out to Brenny.
But I'm trying to think of some other crazy things in my childhood for Halloween. No, that was it. But yeah.
I once got invited to a Halloween party. It was the only one that I remembered. And it was like middle school. And this girl named Crystal. And I didn't I wasn't popular. I was a weird kid. So I showed up. Everybody's got like cute Halloween costumes on. Like the person who invited me, Crystal, she has like this like fairy outfit on, with a wand and stuff. I come in with a ghost face outfit with the mask that when you squeeze the thing it bleeds.
Oh, wow. That's extreme.
Yeah, it was nuts. I was like 13 years old, and I'm like walking in.
Murderer!
And everybody else is like, who the hell is this guy? And then I had to take my mask off because I felt weird because I was like, overdressed than everybody else.
It's almost like it reminds me of Mean Girls which you know what I mean? Lindsay Lohan gets all dressed up in her Halloween costume like she should, and everybody else is dressed up like little skinks and sluts. Yeah. And they're like, isn't this a Halloween party?
The song that played when I walked in, I shit you not, was Hot in Here by Nelly. Like, I remember it to this day, and I was like, oh, this is like a dance Halloween party.
This
and
isn't sexy
like
at
a
all.
fucking murderer right now. But then, at a touch, I went to Walmart and I spent all of my money on this stupid mask that when you squeeze it.
Hence, cut today. Canaan spent all of his money on this costume for this episode.
Let's hire a kid actor. Let's reenact this entire scene.
Oh my God. Speaking and kind of going off of what we talked about last time, I did say for the whole month of October that every day I was going to watch a horror movie. Okay. Yes. And I don't need to list off all the ones that I've seen, and I've seen a lot. But I did put up on our page and also on my personal page, there was a few movies that I saw that were recommended by individuals. Okay. And one of them that I wanted to talk about, and I think you even had commented on my post, actually a few people commented on my post, is that someone recommended that I watch The Human Centipede.
That was
Ariana.
Absolutely.
I've never seen this movie before.
Neither have I, but I know what you.
I would not recommend this movie to anybody to watch. Even if I hated your guts, I would not recommend this movie. And at that time, my brother was visiting, and he had watched it already, and my sister had watched it already. So no one wanted to watch it with me, and I was here in the living room, and I was like, well, I'm going to put it on because someone requested, and I'm just going to. And they're like,
you
no.
You soloed Human Centipede?
Well, I mean, Alyssa was working on a Lego set.
Oh, okay.
And my brother went to my room. He's like, I'm not going to watch that. He's just like, let me know when it's over and I'll come back. And I was just like, okay. And I'm like, well, I don't understand. What's the big deal?
You've never heard of like...
No, never. Okay. I didn't know they had 3 movies, and I'm not going to watch the other 2. But... I think I had posted like a 30 seconds into the movie, or maybe 30 minutes into the movie. I was like, this is fucking disgusting.
Yes.
And I know there's people that probably think this is like really cool and have these maybe crazy ideas. I mean, there's crazy people out there for sure. But even thinking about it makes me want to vomit in my mouth right now. So the premise of this movie, for anybody out there...
I think every single other person on this planet knows the premise of the Human Centipede.
I don't know. I was not... It was completely over my head.
Maybe Brenny doesn't know. Maybe Brenny
Okay,
doesn't
Brenny,
know.
this is specifically for you. Or maybe Bex. Okay. Or anybody that doesn't really watch scary movies. I'm trying to think of other people that watch or listen to our podcast.
Okay.
I don't know. Ari?
Manny?
Lewis?
Marco.
Leo knew.
Leo knew.
anyways, it was these girls they were traveling somewhere. Their car stopped and got stuck in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of like this foresty place, which of course immediately, something bad's going to happen. They ended up wandering to this crazy, it was the surgeon that used to separate Siamese twins. Now that's crazy and wants to put people together, like human bodies together. Mm-hmm. And it was a 3-person centipede, essentially, that he was trying to do. He did it with his Rottweilers, and unfortunately they passed away, and he dug a nice little grave for his Rottweilers that died. But essentially he wanted to then do it on humans. So he kidnapped these girls. He didn't kidnap. The girls wandered into the house. He drugged them, and he ended up drugging some other guy. So there was 3 people, and he surgically did this thing where they were all attached to each other. So
that's like arm to arm. Yeah.
That's what I thought. I thought it was going to be something completely different, but they were attached. One person had a free mouth. The other person's
had a free butt. And the
person in the middle. Well, it didn't matter. The person in the middle and the person in the end had a really shitty time.
No pun intended.
It was just gross. It was just so freaking gross. Yeah. I did watch it to completion. And I didn't feel good.
You can't say to completion.
I watched it from start to finish.
Wait, did the movie complete or the... Oh, God.
It was horrifying.
Absolutely not.
And the thing is, I watched Terrifier, which I know Terrifier 3 is out, and everyone was just, I guess people have been leaving the theater because it's just gory. There's no story to it. It's just pure gore.
Sure.
And I watched that, and but I was able to actually sit through it and be like, okay, this movie, I was literally like, this is gross. I don't want to think about it because I don't have an appetite, because I can imagine being that person. I would do whatever I could to just die.
Right.
Yeah. I couldn't.
Well, if they were sewn to,
I would pull myself apart.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I'm sorry for the person if I can't. So I don't recommend this movie to anybody out there. I guess unless you find it entertaining, but gross if you do.
Yeah, I have not seen it, but it seems.
We should watch it after this.
Guys, right now we're actually gonna watch it right now with you, right here on the pod. Oh my God! No, absolutely not.
Yeah. So that was one that they recommended, and they thought it was hilarious. And I'm not gonna take any more suggestions from them.
Okay. I think we learned our lesson. I didn't.
You know what? Let's see. I'm trying to think of some other good ones that also. Oh. The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing
with Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Yeah. Never watched it before.
I still haven't seen it.
It's great.
Yeah. I heard
that
it's
by far is probably the favorite movie I've seen so far.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's been on my radar. I've been wanting to, but it's just never been the right,
this is the right time.
Yeah. Well,
tis the season.
I need someone to be like, hey, I'm watching The Thing. For me, I'm not going to seek it out, because it's scary.
Yeah. I did give you homework, though. I said you should watch one scary movie.
And I did.
You did?
We Live in Time.
That is not scary.
There's nothing more scary than potential death. And that's what horror movies are all about, isn't it? There's potential death in some way, shape, or form. Yes, maybe there's more romance in this film than horror. But, the horror is the journey along the way.
Yeah.
And I say we should play Alien Isolation still.
Okay.
In the dark.
Why do you want to do everything in the dark?
Because it's scary in the dark.
Exactly. So yesterday I saw The Conjuring. Okay, there's a few movies that I could only watch during the day because I know I'm going to get nightmares. And there's a few movies that I know I can watch at night because it's not going to mess with me. For instance, Friday the 13th. I recently saw it. I did not like it.
Okay.
I didn't like it. Freddy Krueger I can watch at night and I can be okay. Probably Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I saw that. I recently saw Nosferatu, the original 1922 version where it was black and white and you had to read it.
Okay.
That was pretty good.
Was it in a different language or just the audio was so bad?
No, they didn't do video.
Oh, it was like a silent film. Okay,
Yeah.
a silent film. Okay.
But I was like, oh, let's watch The Conjuring tonight. I was scared out of my mind. I slept with the light on.
Oh.
And I had nightmares all night.
Yeah. Well, isn't there like a new one coming out soon?
Maybe, I don't know, but those movies freak me out. And there was a few people that commented on my story and were just like, why? That's an intense movie. And I'm just like,
it's Halloween.
Yeah, it's the season.
It's the only time that you can really get in the mood to watch it. I mean, I feel like throughout this year, we've watched a few horror films. Well, alleged horror films.
Yeah.
Like The
None of them were good.
Exorcist.
I'm trying to think.
Late Night with the Devil we watched.
That was okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like too horrible.
Night Swim. Ugh.
I did not see Night Swim with you.
Oh, I thought you did.
We saw Cuckoo. That's kind of a horror film.
Cuckoo was okay.
It's like a psychological thriller. More
Substance
than horror.
was great. I don't know if I would say that was all. No, I would list that as kind of a horror movie. What else did we see? I don't know, but the Nosferatu is coming out December 25th that we do have to see because I'm really excited for that.
On Christmas Day?
On Christmas Day, I will be there to watch it.
I won't be there.
I'm trying to think of what other movies that we did see. I mean, because you've seen a lot of movies when we went to the theater to watch them, and nothing has really been like, oh my God, this is so scary.
Oh, Longlegs. Longlegs was kind of, but it's technically a horror film. It's just like not scary.
No.
It's more like a psychological thriller again, I guess. I mean, Late Night with the Devil was just so funny. It was like even the first the first minute when there's 8 different intro titles of the people who like contributed to the film. Remember, you just would think that the movie's going to start, but then it's like another intro. Yeah. We're all just laughing like, oh my God. And then some of it was ridiculous. But Halloween, Alien vs. Predator. That's not horror. I feel like
Alien Romulus. I forgot about that.
Alien Romulus, yeah.
Which is good.
Oh, and I saw something recently where it said that Alien Romulus is one of like the top horror films as of recent. Because it's like technically it's horror. It's in an environment that's like a closed environment, or it's like and there's no escape, and there's something out to get you.
Yeah, we did talk about this. We went down the little.
That's a facehugger sound. Well, what's on the docket next for you? What are you watching this evening?
I don't know. I still have a few that I need to, but they're like really scary, so I don't think I'm going to watch them tonight. But essentially, I still have Hereditary.
Oh, God. Okay.
The Exorcist. Somebody did recommend Midsummer. I really don't care for that movie, but since they recommended it, I'll watch it. But I have enjoyed all like the earlier scary movies. We watched earlier Dead and Loving It.
Okay.
We watched that today. It's a comedy. You might enjoy that. So maybe, you put that on your docket. It's a little scary, but it's a funny. So, it has a little, I think you'd enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, well, why not? Why not? Speaking in the same theme of like movies and storytelling through the horror genres, you have preset some scary stories for us to listen to, correct?
I do. But I have, so before we get into the ones that people had submitted for us, there was a few things that I saw online where it was just like real quick, scary, I guess, stories that people had. So it says, my sister says that mommy killed her. Mommy says that I don't have a sister.
So they're really playing on saying mommy. That's really creepy language. No one should ever say mommy. Not even children should say mommy. Mommy's
I think we're deviating from the point.
No, that's the scariest part of the whole thing. So clearly this is a child, and through context you're able to learn that.
Or is it?
It's even creepier to be like, it's a 30-year-old. Mommy says that.
Okay, man, this was kind of scary.
Okay.
There was a picture in my phone of me sleeping. I live alone.
Oh, interesting. Sleepwalking. Taking photos of.
Sleep selfies.
Sleep selfies. I mean, that is creepy. Just like. So clearly you're looking at these 2-sentence scary stories.
I'm scared already.
Yeah, I'm scared already. What's that?
Stop. I don't want to do this. I'm going to turn on the lights. Canaan and Ana. I'm literally going to light this thing up. All right. It says, hold on 1 second. Let's see if we can do a little bit of this. Oh, no, I can't do that. I can only light it up, huh? Yeah. I don't want to light it up. Okay. It says, you hear your mom calling you into the kitchen. As you're heading down the stairs, you hear a whisper from the closet saying, don't go down there, honey. I heard it too.
Oh, my God.
Hey, you got this. All right, I don't want to do this anymore. And this is why I can't watch scary movies late at night. I'm going to have to watch a funny movie later tonight so that I can forget about what happened right now in this moment so that I can sleep okay. Yeah. Or I might actually see with the light on. Listen, I don't care how old I am. I still see with the light on.
Hey, fear is fear. And I get it. I still think of when I was a kid, there was, I remember for the first time watching Jumanji at my grandma's house on my dad's side. Mm-hmm. And that lion scene, like when you're a kid, so like when the lion first comes out and it's like the pause on the piano, it's like I was horrified. I would run away and I would peek in and watch the movie because it was just that's too scary for me.
Wow.
Because the lion looked realistic as a kid. Well, what about you? Is there any scary movies that you had as a kid that kind of haunted you?
I can. I think the one that I think of that comes immediately to me is It, and I'm actually looking at the original It.
Oh yeah.
Clowns, I don't like, but that was horrifying.
Yeah, it's a whole nother level because
I was scared of. I mean, who isn't scared of a gutter?
Right.
No.
But then also the eyes, those
thing.
Michael Jackson eyes, where it's the yellow cat eyes almost.
Even as a kid, I saw if somebody was telling me was a clown and was dressed up and was just oh, come over. No, I would never.
Absolutely not. Especially if they have balloons, that's even more scary, Well, I mean, aren't you ever scared that?
Yes.
Aren't you ever scared that something's just gonna creep up on you? I'm always scared that something's just gonna walk by me and just
Yeah.
Sometimes at work I get that way,
Yeah, and people always say where we work. I've heard that ah, you son of a bitch! You guys, turn on the lights. This isn't fun anymore for me.
Woo!
Look,
oh my God.
You're scaring Nala too.
Oh, Nala.
Are you okay? That's not fun, guys. You know what? You're gonna go to hell.
What were we talking about?
Back to what I was saying. I'm gonna have nightmares tonight, guys.
Oh, no.
For real, I'm gonna have nightmares. But I seriously think every place that how did I not see that from my camera angle?
She booked it in. Oh my God.
Every place that I've worked at, it's everywhere we work that it's been haunted.
Oh man.
I'm literally, what if I would have died on live? That would have been it. I had a heart attack. I'm
You'd feel real bad, Lizzie. You feel real bad.
But yeah, I feel people where we currently work at right now, people say that place is haunted.
Another movie as a kid, Cujo.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I saw it as a kid, and it was horrifying. Just seeing an evil dog. I'm
a rabid dog.
Yeah, it made me so sad.
Well, let me give you rabies and see what happens.
You're gonna give me rabies? That implies that you currently have rabies.
I don't.
Let me give you rabies. How do you like that?
I will find a rabid squirrel out there. Okay, I saw this list on social media, and it essentially wanted us to rank these scary movies against each other and what would be the scarier of the two. And I know you haven't seen them all, but I figured we'll do this together.
Yeah.
Because I think this one we have. The original Saw and the original It.
Which one is scarier?
What would be scarier?
I mean, scary is subjective. So, I mean, It is scarier than Saw. Okay. In my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree. Even though when I saw for the first time, the ending, I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it, was great.
Right. So
I'm that oh my God.
Make it scary. It's just really good. It's a good film.
It was, what do we call it? Body gore? That's what the movie was.
Gory, yeah.
But being in those situations, that was scary to think about because it's just what would you do?
There are some pretty scary jump scare scenes in there.
Yeah.
The whole pig outfit.
So we agree It. The next would be, because I've only seen one of these movies, so maybe you've seen the other one. The Exorcist, the original.
I have seen the original. I have a funny story about that. I'm just going to exit in this here. My mom, she saw it in theaters. So she didn't know what it was going to be about. She left in the first 30 seconds of the movie.
Oh, I can't.
And I get it. But I did see it. But I had, again, the lights on, and I saw it on a laptop with no headphones in, of course. So just the audio's coming from the computer. Because immersion is part of horror too. If you feel like you're there, that's why video games. That's probably why you don't do it.
No, because I know I'm gonna get scared, so I don't want to do it.
Because it's chasing you, and it's not chasing a character, right? All right. So next.
The Exorcist original, and then The Witch.
Oh wait. So The Exorcist or It? Which one's scarier?
No. The Exorcist or The Witch. 2 different movies.
Oh, so the one that we just voted for It, that's gone?
Yeah.
Okay. Exorcist or The Witch? I haven't seen The Witch.
I haven't seen it.
Is there original Witch?
Either, no. Maybe I've seen it. I don't know, but I think no matter what really was placed against The Exorcist, I would probably always pick The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Next 2 movies, I don't think you've seen either. Hereditary.
Yeah, I've seen Hereditary.
Oh, you have? Okay. And then Terrifier.
Probably Hereditary.
I agree.
Down.
Yeah.
Possession is such is a different game entirely because it's very blended with the reality of does possession actually happen?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Terrifier was just gory. I maybe was scared once or twice, but Hereditary.
Now Anna's gonna be constantly checking her back. But also, I just thought of another movie that I Talk to Me. Talk to Me was a good film.
Oh yeah, I forgot we did see Talk to Me. Yeah.
All right, go on.
Next movie, both great, both classics. The Shining.
Okay, The Shining.
That's Christmas. Yeah, that's Christmas. The Shining. Halloween.
Ooh, okay.
One question: have you seen either or both of these movies?
I have seen both of them.
Okay.
I think, in terms of, I would say Halloween, just because The Shining, while it is scary, it's, I don't know. I mean, there are scary parts in it too, though. But having a psychopath, I mean, they're both psychopaths in their own kind of way, I suppose. But it's a little bit more complex. I'm just going to go Halloween. I think that's because the trajectory that Halloween did. Mm-hmm. I mean, some sequels not as good.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? That was it started a whole franchise.
Yeah. I'd have to agree. Although I love The Shining, I have rewatched this recently. It's great, but I think just thinking back, Halloween was definitely a lot scarier. Jamie Lee Curtis, shout out Jamie Lee Curtis.
You.
Next one, The Ring.
Okay.
And Long Legs.
Ooh, okay. So this is hard because now this is getting into time. The Ring does not hold up as much because VHS tapes are no longer relevant. But at the time, it was. I mean, I have to go The Ring. I'm sorry. The Ring, the idea of you have a time frame where you have to pass something on to someone else before or you'll die. That is and also the little girl coming out.
Yeah, that was horrifying. Just her coming out of Longlegs. I think I mentioned this before when we talked about it. In the beginning, I thought it was going a different direction.
Right.
And it was scary, but then as it got closer to the end, I was just like,
But here's the hard part. I guess it's because I haven't seen The Ring in a long time.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember anything from The Ring besides the scary. So it's is it based on the character of the horror character, or is it the actual movie? I mean, still The Ring. Fun facts. So in Dead by Daylight, the video game that I referenced a couple times, that has different killers, right?
Yeah.
If you choose a killer, you can choose the girl from The Ring. But they go all out with the immersion. So when you select her character, she crawls out of the well, and then she's just standing there, with her hair draped.
Nah, I don't like it.
But then sometimes, if you're AFK or if you have your controller down and you're just waiting for stuff, her face will get really close to the television screen.
No, I don't like it.
And it scares you every time.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Oh my God, yeah. So she wins that one, The Ring.
Yeah, I think Okay, I rewatched The Ring. Like when I rewatched it, I wasn't as scared, but when I'm thinking about when I watched it the first time, I was definitely horrified and scared of the static of the TV because sometimes that just happens.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Daddy, mommy, I'm back, babe.
Oh my god. All right, like next. Ooh. The Conjuring.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Paranormal Activity.
Okay, you know what? This one's kind of hard because, Paranormal Activity at the time, the first one was like,
scary.
Yeah.
And they did that.
I'm
They
gonna
always
base off the first one.
They always did that. Like it reminds me of the Blair Witch Project, and they always did that. Yeah, the flare, which is like this is real. These are actual people that this happened to,
Right.
which of course
Creates more.
you're like,
scary,
oh my god, this
could
is
happen.
yeah. We're recording in the house right now, and this actually happens. It was caught on tape. Yeah, it was scary. But I watched Conjuring last night, and no, I would. And I watched Paranormal Activity. I actually watched both recently, and Conjuring freaked me the fuck out. Like
Okay.
this family moves into this house, all this stuff happens in this house, and there's just like a demonic entity that's in it, and
Okay.
it's latching itself onto the most vulnerable person in this house, which which is the mom, and essentially the mom wants to kill the children, but there's different nights where things are happening. Well, like one, their dog dies.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the little girls are feeling like somebody's tugging on their foot at night.
Oh,
They're
God.
seeing things in like really dark areas, and you can't see it, but like they're showing. There's this game that they play, which is called. They basically put a blindfold on, and it's almost like Marco Polo, but it's like clap. So it's just like we're playing together, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go hide and clap. And I have the blindfold on, and I have to find you. And I'm just like moving around the house, and I'm like, okay, clap. And you're like, and I have to go and find where you're
That
at.
was so loud in my ears. Sorry.
And there's just this part where this closet or this like, I forget what it's called, but it's almost like a closet.
Like a nook.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe, or a Harry Potter corner, whatever.
Where it opens. And there's like these hands that come out and they clap, and she goes in there, and then all of a sudden she like takes off the blindfold, and she's like rummaging around to like find where it was, and then her daughter comes in, she's like, Mom, I've been downstairs. I'm like, oh god. But yeah, it's just horrifying. It's possession. It's
Do you remember Haunting in Connecticut?
Yes.
I specifically remember those ads of like the kid like puking like ectoplasm or whatever the hell that stuff was. I never saw it, but it looked really great, babe. All right.
I'm not
So
gonna
which one did we go
Why
for?
did we record this?
Paranormal Activity?
I say The Conjuring.
Okay, The Conjuring. Well, I'll.
You're gonna go paranormal?
I guess.
Okay,
Yeah, because I haven't
that's
seen the other one.
Again, don't know if you watch either one. A classic, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes.
Sinister, with Ethan Hawke.
I have not seen Sinister.
Okay.
But Texas Chainsaw Massacre, to me, like the original, it feels like a short film. Or like a student film or something. Like it's just like there's not a lot of music in it.
It's like literally a girl screaming the entire time.
Right. And then like randomly, like a girl's walking in the house, and then out of nowhere, just a person screams in the same frame and like pulls them in, or like pulls them in. And
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess, oh man.
Sinister
Sinister. Yeah.
Sinister is essentially another possession movie.
I'll go Sinister then.
It was scary, but I feel like almost Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I only say this because I think when I originally watched it back in the day, and I watched it again recently,
those teens are dumb. They're dumb.
They are, but I think it's just because, and I'm sure maybe something very similar in Sinister happened in real life. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff we don't know that goes on in this world. Mm-hmm. But just for the fact that this happened way back when, we're just like these kids hitchhiking. Well, one, I can't believe like people would pick up hitchhikers.
Right.
Like my papa would even tell us stories when he would pick up hitchhikers, and I'm just like, I don't get
Absolutely
it.
not.
But just like this person, this family, like being this crazy.
Yeah.
That's Insidious.
Okay.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
I have not seen either. I have not seen the Freddy Krueger films. But you saw Nightmare recently.
I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street. And
I just remember the poster. I remember the hand and the girl like in her bed with the, no clothes at all or something like that. I was like,
It's crazy because they're just so far apart and when they're made. Because Nightmare on Elm Street is just a classic. Now when I watch it, it's not scary. Like I could watch that tonight and be okay. Insidious is pretty horrifying. It's another possession movie.
Is Ghostbusters 2 on this list? Because that was a scary film for me when I was a kid.
No Ghostbusters on there.
Whatever the hell his name is, like he was in the paintings and then like all
yeah.
all that glue shit and then trying to steal a baby like Labyrinth. Anyway,
if I think of both of them now, Insidious is probably scarier.
Okay.
Back then, Johnny Depp was in this movie, Nightmare on Elm Street, which I think
Johnny Depp was in.
Yeah, a young Johnny Depp.
Oh, like
he was hot. You should need to watch it.
Okay.
He was in a crop top.
Oh, no way. I imagine him like, did he have like a black leather jacket, like a curly, like slick hair? That's what I imagine young Johnny Depp to be.
But you have, or just look up just an image of Johnny Depp in Nightmare on Elm Street and great.
Oh my God.
Right?
That's a sick fit. That would be me. That would be
Was
me
he
today.
in his little football like crop top?
Number 10.
Yeah.
Number 10 in my
That's
mind.
what Canaan was originally going to go for, but.
Yeah. Well, the day's still young.
Yeah, that was the end of the list. So thank you for doing that with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me try to throw a curveball. Let me make one up on my own here.
Okay.
Let's do Scream, the original Scream, or Alien.
Oh, Scream.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, Ghostface.
Ghostface. Yeah.
Or
okay.
Wait, no, Scream or the David S. Pumpkins Halloween special.
Okay, Alien is great. I love that movie. I think I even said out of all the Alien movies I saw, that was by far my favorite, and it did still give me some jump scares. I vaguely remember it as a child, but I remember when Scream came out, I'm pretty sure I saw it at a theater. So like growing up, and that movie was intense because I'm like, this shit could really happen.
Yes.
Like that whole opening scene with Drew Barrymore was fantastic, and that scared the hell out of me. Like I'm just like, oh my God.
I'm still surprised that it makes sense that they're still making the film, so I'm surprised that they
Scream franchise.
I feel like just nowadays it's hard to be a killer, you know? You got these video cameras in the houses now. Like it's not fun anymore.
If you guys don't hear from me anymore, I just want to say that's probably David S. Pumpkin on the streets.
I got you, man.
No, but yeah, I think I was like talking to my mom the other day because she's been watching some of these movies with me, but it's just like when you think of like John Wayne Gacy, like when he was dressing up, like any of these people like back in the day, like these serial killers, like it's just crazy to imagine. And again, we have shit that happens every day here, like there's stuff that's going on, which is but nothing. The thing that is the scariest to me is when horror movies resemble something that can and has happened. For instance, Midsummer is one of those that really affected me a lot because one, it is culty, right? It's like a whole Scientology.
Sure. But like, you know, like when you think about Charles Manson and like there are cults where they like make people do crazy things.
Yeah.
And it's like that it's even more horrifying.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's all I got. Scream or Max Keeble's Big Move. Just gonna keep making them. Oh my God! As we go.
If we're talking about horrifying, Max Keeble's
Big Move takes the cake.
Yeah.
So now we have some scary stories.
Yeah, we have some people that have kind of had some real life experiences happen to them that they wanted to submit so we can put it on our spooky episode of our podcast today. So we'll go ahead.
They haven't sent them in yet, so we're just going to put in the clips and then we'll react later.
Hello, Sippin Truth. I hear y'all are wanting a scary story, and I got one for ya. I got plenty. I was going to St. Matthew's at the time, middle school, so young Becca, and I remember I was using the bathroom, and I do remember seeing feet run in the bathroom. It was a type of bathrooms, hard metal door, swing shut, the bathroom sinks sometimes turn on and off by themselves, mirrors are like scratched up, bathroom. And I remember seeing these legs run to the far end of the bathroom, slam the metal door shut. And this girl was crying, sobbing. And it wasn't a large school, so I remember thinking, who is that? And with the intention of, I possibly may know who this is. So I kind of quickly like looked down to see if I could see the legs, of like maybe distinguish the shoes of like whoever it could be. And at first I didn't see any feet, legs, or anything. So I was just like, I remember like picking up my head and like thinking like, what? I just heard someone. And so I looked again, and I don't know if I looked down or if I looked through the crack of where the lock is. This is where my old brain, high brain kind of makes things foggy. But regardless of whether I looked under or if I looked through the crack where you would lock the door, something was staring back at me. And my whole body just froze. And just everything gets tight. And in that moment, I did not want to be in that bathroom. And I don't know what power God gave me, but I ran out of that bathroom so fast. I don't even think I wiped. That's beside the point. And I just ran to my mom, who at the time was working there already. And I just bawling, tears. Mom, something's in the bathroom. Something looked at me. She was crying. And that's all I can say from memory. I don't think I encountered that entity again, because after that I made sure I did not go to the bathroom for myself no more. Absolutely not. I only went to the bathroom with people, and I held it until I couldn't no more, and I would ask someone to come with me.
Wow, that was a scary clip.
One evening when I was like 14 or 15, I was asked by my uncle and aunt to come babysit my cousins, who were young children at the time, wee lads. And I got there late enough that they were already asleep when I got there. So I really just needed to be there in case of emergencies. And they were like, you can order pizza, you can, eat whatever you want. Like, we don't care. And we'll pay for it. And then they left, right? And so I decided, I'm like, I'll just watch a movie, I'm going to watch the movie Ted. Ted's a great movie, it's about that teddy bear who does like crack and stuff. That's not what happens, but they have a dog. And in the middle of the movie, the dog became quickly alarmed by someone or by something that seemed to be sitting or near this chair in the corner of the room. And he just stared intently at that chair for 15 minutes. I don't think that's an exaggeration. I think it's exactly what it was. Exactly 15 minutes. And then all of a sudden, he started growling and barking at it in a way that was like vicious. Like, oh, dude, like he wants to murder whatever it is that's there. And I tried to calm him down, and I really couldn't. And I got near him and growled at me. And, so I went back and sat down and didn't think about it again. And then all of a sudden, the dog kind of like whined and then ran away somewhere else in the house. I didn't see that dog for the rest of the night. I don't know where that dog was. I felt deeply uncomfortable with what had just happened, so I went looking for him. Could not find him, did not respond to my calls. So then, the kiddos were upstairs, sleeping. And like 5 minutes after I had given up looking for the dog, I heard someone say, hello? And I was like, I'm here, guys. And I went upstairs, dead asleep. Go back downstairs. A little time goes by. Hello? Again. Go back upstairs, dead asleep. This time I even shook one of them. I'm like, hey, are you like awake? Like, what are you doing? Like, stop messing with me. Yeah, they were dead asleep. I went back downstairs, just tried to glue into the Ted movie. And, hello? Not proud of this. I did not go up this time. I was like, whatever this is, It's not something that I can beat. It's not something that's in my control. And I'm just going to watch the movie. And about an hour went by after that. Not much else happened, right? When their parents, my aunt and uncle, got home, the dog ran right up from the stairs and came back and was happy as could be, as if nothing ever happened. And I went upstairs again to check on the kids. Kiddos were fine. They were all good. And I told my uncle, I'm like, hey, you live in a haunted house. This is a haunted place and you should move out. They did not. They still live there to this day. And I have not had any sort of repeat incidents there. But I remember that night very well. I remember that night very vividly.
Ana, can you believe that was a scary story?
I can believe it. I've heard it. Wow. And I am horrified.
Me too. Well, speaking of horrified, I've been horrified for the past week and a half because she said, I have to make an announcement for the podcast. And then I said, oh, what for? And she said, no, I'm just going to save it for the podcast.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, my mind goes a million different directions. What could it be? I don't know. Go on, Ana. What announcement do you have to share with the world?
Excuse me.
Is that the announcement?
No. So leading up to this, okay?
Okay.
One, that this year, maybe starting from the middle of the year to now, I've been in just a bit of a health kick, wanting to just take care of myself, being as active as I can. We've run a couple of races together. Canaan has 4 days left for our Sippin Truth viewers to take part in a
Orange
Theory class. Brum, brum, brum. And I think for me personally, I'm just now taking it to the next level. That's all I'm doing. Sidetrack a little bit before we get into the announcement. I did recently go to the doctor because I just had to go for my yearly physical. I just want to tell all you ladies out there, since it is almost the end of October, we probably should announce this earlier. Check your boobs because it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So if you haven't got checked, you should probably do that. And if anybody knows anywhere where I can get potentially a mammogram earlier than next year, please let me know because it's very important.
Pfizer.
Pfizer?
Oh, because technically you have to be 44? I think that's the age.
No, I think it's 40.
Oh, you're right.
Get your boobies checked. Everybody. Or just touch them. Okay. Just make sure you're doing...
No. Yeah, absolutely.
It's important, guys.
Yeah.
It's important. Make sure you're healthy. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Yeah, been on a bit of a health kick. So I've decided with a friend that I'm going to take this to the next level. You can play my announcement now.
Okay, with a friend. Which friend is this?
You'll see right now.
Okay, hold on. I'll see or I'll hear.
You'll hear right now.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Ana of the Sippin Truth.
And I'm Brendan, a coffee addict.
And we're taking the time to announce some big news.
We're going skydiving.
No, Brendan and I have committed to running the Chicago and/or New York Marathon.
We did?
Yep. We start training for it ASAP. And we're going to buy the plane tickets ASAP.
I'm down. I just thought we were going skydiving.
Nope. We will be recording our progress as the year goes on, so stay tuned to follow our journey.
I'm only going to do it if we go skydiving.
Fine. We'll go skydiving.
You better not go skydiving.
Not without you. We want to go without you. And first of all, I just said that. I'm too scared. But that was our big announcement.
That's amazing, though.
Yeah, and you'll be there.
Chicago and I'll be there?
Every step of the way.
Me?
Yeah.
What am I doing?
You're going to make the signs.
The signs? Oh, yeah, I can make the signs. I can film stuff. That's actually a brilliant idea.
Exactly.
Will you have me along?
Of
so
course.
It's going to be starting next year?
No, we started training already.
You started already?
Yeah.
A full marathon?
A full 26.2 miles.
So that means in November, are you still doing the Joshua Tree thing?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we both said that we weren't ready for that.
Yeah.
We're taking baby steps. We're taking it very seriously. So we have talked about potentially putting a page together so we can essentially our journey there of just what we do throughout the weeks.
Yeah.
But we have yet to get together to kind of put a plan so that we kind of are on the same plan and this journey together. But I'm really excited. It's really scary.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you got to be really careful and make sure that you're
That I don't lose any more toenails.
I believe that. What's that?
That I don't lose any more toenails.
Oh, right. Yeah, you're gonna have to
actually probably
pre-clip your toenails before you do.
Pre-clip them off
Every day. Oh my God. No, just have a file with you at all times. So, like, if you need to file it down.
That's gonna be your job. Okay. I need you to get this one for me.
Hurry, peasant. Yes.
But yeah, we're excited.
I love that.
We have a plan, or at least have an idea of what that's going to look like. But yes, we're going to be dedicated for a whole year to get this in action, so that when it comes, I believe it's October 12th of 2025.
Wow. Okay.
We are committed to doing this. And the reason why we wanted to make an announcement on here is one, well, we're holding each other obviously accountable, but now I'm telling you and everybody else to hold us accountable.
Okay.
So this is scary, and thinking about it is a little overwhelming.
Dun, dun, dun. Halloween, which,
Exactly. It's almost around Halloween time too. But, we felt like with everybody behind us and maybe checking in on us and putting our progress up, people would be excited for the journey we're embarking on.
100%.
Yeah. And if anybody else is interested in potentially doing this with us, you're more than welcome for this journey.
Anna just gestured to me. Just want to let you know that. We'll see. I'm not gonna be marathon ready, but who knows?
A year? That's more than enough time to get ready.
I've had 31 years I have to make up for. Okay.
You'll be fine. I think you have at least 6 hours and 30 minutes, as far as I'm aware, to finish 26.2 miles.
Oh, I could walk that.
I don't know if you get 26.2 miles. I don't know. I think your pace would have to be at least 13 or 14 a mile in order to finish.
I would have to wear some sort of skates hidden underneath my shoes.
Oh my God.
Anyway. Wow.
Yeah, so we've tracked our progress already for this last week so I'll be putting a little clips up of that. I think we're going to have a joint social media account so everybody knows what we're doing. If not, we'll put it on our personal pages. As of right now, we're going to attempt to, in order to get in, it's not we're just the 5K and 10Ks that we've done that we can just put our name in and then we pay and then we do it. You have to, there's only certain ways that you can get in. Well, one, you have to have a qualifying time, and me and Brendan collectively know that we don't qualify. Our times
as of right now.
Yeah, but I think you have to have that time already in order to pay and register to get a spot for next year.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And I think for men and women, it's a little over 3 hours, and that's not. No.
You have to be able to do a marathon in 3 hours, but they give you until...
you have a qualifying time. So if you qualify, and in order to qualify, you have to run certain races, so certain marathons. Yeah. And for those marathons, you have to have a qualifying time in order to get into this marathon.
Oh, my.
Which, let's be honest, this is the first time that it's not going to happen. Hey, maybe it will, but I don't think so. So the next way to get into would be a lottery. So we have until, I think, November 21st to essentially put in our application for it. And if we get picked, then we get charged, I think it's a little over $200 for the race. Yeah. I mean, and the money goes to charity. So, I mean, it's all good. And that comes with essentially your medal at the end or whatever. But if you get picked, that's great. That means you're actually in. Now, if none of that happens, then the only other ways to do it is, the one that we would do, and that's why we're going to probably make a joint page, is charity. Mm-hmm. So I think you get to pick a charity of your choice, and then essentially you have people donate to your charity, and if you meet the minimum amount of money for it, then you automatically are now in the
there you go.
In the race. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, that's a big piece of why we want to get a social media, so that people know that we're taking it seriously and that they can hopefully donate for whatever charity that we pick if we don't get picked for the lottery, so that we can actually get a selection to get in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that would be actually the only other way I think we can.
That's beautiful.
So I need you to save at least $3,000 or $4,000.
No. That's not a good friend. I will... They get to clipping Get to filing, buddy. Yeah, I will try. I just know I can't think about it right now. I'm still financially. I'm getting out, but it's still taking time.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful news. And then maybe we'll go skydiving somewhere in there.
I think maybe afterwards, after the high of actually completing it, I think that would be to completion.
Which is
that may be something we do. Yeah. It'll be
I'll try to. How about in this next year? I'll try to get below the weight limit for skydiving.
Oh, I don't know what the weight limit is.
It's I don't remember.
Yeah, we'll look into it. Yeah. Listen, that's too far in the future. I can barely think about ahead of me right now. So.
Well, listen, she's not coming back. It was way too much energy to get up there and have to walk all over.
But yeah, that was my. See, now do you feel a little bit better now?
Yes, but you can understand how someone who's as stressful as I am and overthinks things, saying information like that, you could have, I could have helped you present it in a cooler way. I could have fixed the audio. I could have fixed the audio issues. I didn't
need him. I did it all by myself. We're going to cut and clip it, so it's going to be perfect no matter what.
I'm going to leave in the whole time. They're going to sit here in silence. They're going to listen to me sing for a little bit.
Oh, my God. But on to that, we did take a class with my sister again this weekend. And I don't know if you saw my story. That's the first time. I was really sore because I did, legs the other day. So after that workout, my sister put us in, those little hydro legs. I've never done that before. Where they put pressure on, your thighs and then your feet and then, your shins, or is that what you call this part? Yeah. Brendan
he looked very happy. Being those.
I feel like he was a little uncomfortable for a minute.
Yeah.
He didn't throw up this time though.
Okay.
Good job. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good start.
Yeah.
I feel like when I do my Orange Theories class, it's going to be that for me.
So when you do it, are you going to do it by yourself and then let me know how it went? Are you going to include anybody in this journey, or you wanted to do it on your own?
Yeah, I'm afraid that I know you, okay? I feel like you would laugh at me a lot.
Okay, that's how dare you?
First of all, she's going to be laughing at me the whole time. The way that you laughed at Brendan puking. And
I didn't laugh at him puke, first of all, and he can vouch for that. Second of all, how dare you? We've done 2 5Ks now together.
And you laughed.
When did I laugh? He's a damn liar. I never laughed at you.
You laughed at the video that I made?
Yes, because you know why? Because he didn't take it seriously. He decided that what would be funny to him is to find an older gentleman that was out there trying to better his life and be like, let me catch this old man.
But I didn't pre-plan that. That was on the actual run.
That's what's scary. The fact that he would do that. But I never did. I encouraged him every step of the way. We got 2 medals out of this, right? Yeah.
Well, I think what it all boils down to is me having to rely on others for my self-worth and happiness. It got real for a second there. But if I didn't worry about that stuff and just had you come with me, then maybe I need encouragement, and someone to ride the bike when I need to jump off and puke my guts.
Okay, one, they don't have bikes.
They don't have bikes?
No, you're going to either do a treadmill or you're going to do a rower, and then you're going to have your weights.
Oh, God.
They do have a bike that you could. It's just that one bike.
We have sore arms.
This baby.
You can't see it right now because I got the suit on, but there's some flab going on down there.
A turkey.
I mean, down there I'm referring to is my arm because I'm shaking my arm right now for the listeners.
Turkey trot, though. Thanksgiving time. Turkey trot.
Yep. Hey, are we doing that?
Yeah. We have to sign up for it. But yeah, turkey trot, and then we have one for Christmas. The plan would be to do as many...
Santa slop? I'm just trying to think.
What?
Turkey trot, Santa slop. I'm trying to...
Oh, my God. Well, the goal would be to do more races. So Canaan can continue to do 5Ks, and then hopefully in those there's 10Ks to do, or there may be a half marathon or 2 that I put myself into next year. Yeah. Either way, all exciting things.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a great Halloween episode.
Any questions? Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
See ya.
Bye. Oh my God.